Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Call to Mothering. Today, I am talking about investing in the lives of your kids. Strong parent-child relationships are not only critical for children's spiritual formation, but also their success in life. Building relationships is foundational for passing on your values, your faith. It is also the channel through which discipline and advice become effective. Relationship is more than just living together as a family. It is a heart response. It implies a deeper connection that communicates, I know you and I enjoy being around you. But building strong relationships with your kids or with anybody doesn't just happen. It takes intentionality and purpose. So today I am sharing several key ways that you can invest in your relationships with your children. But before we get into that, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and also ring that notifications bell so you know anytime I upload a new video. Number one is choose encouraging words. Words are so powerful. They have the power to build up or tear down. And we can either use thoughtless ones that tear down our kids, or we can use encouraging ones that build our children up. And careless words that are just, said in the heat of the moment or because we're frustrated or angry, we're just not thinking through what we're saying. Whether those words are said directly to our kids or indirectly, such as, out on social media or to friends, maybe within our, we don't think our kids are hearing, but they're still within earshot, can really have a negative impact on our children. And they can have a negative impact on how they see themselves and ultimately how they interact with you. And they also have the potential to become self-fulfilling. So look for opportunities to catch your kids doing praiseworthy things, something that is right, and acknowledge that. Don't let your encouragement just be about performance, though. It's important to use words that communicate you genuinely love and believe in them, such as, I love watching you play and seeing you have fun. Praise them for who they are, not for how they perform. Number two is show genuine affection. Do we regularly show our kids that we delight in them, that we enjoy, spending time with them or being around them, or do we just tolerate being around them? And do they get the sense that we would, rather be doing something else? Would we rather spend time with someone else? Do they get the sense that they're a burden when they are around us? Do we treat them that way, either with our words or with our actions? Your kids need to hear your encouragement through your words, but they need to feel it in your warmth. Romans 12:10 says, love each other with genuine affection and take delight in honoring each other. So pour that affection on your children throughout the day, like when you're sitting together reading a book. Pull them into a bear hug when they're walking by, or plant a kiss on their cheek when they least expect it. And you can do this even with your preteen boy, who would probably rather die than admit he needs your loving touch. When your kids are cuddling up next to you with their cold feet and their sticky hands, and you feel like pushing them away, fight that urge. Don't push them away when they're snuggling up to you, because that connection will carry them through so many hard times. Next is maintain consistent presence. Your kids need your time, both quality and quantity. It's so important to position yourself as being easily accessible to your children. That means welcoming them in the midst of your crazy, hectic day, inviting their interruptions, and being willing to put aside your phone or your to-do list, just so you can interact with them and hear what they have to say, see what they have to show you. It may mean saying no to certain commitments and activities just so you can be fully present. A lot of this relationship building simply can't happen if kids are away from their parents for the majority of their waking hours. As their mom, you are in a unique position to teach your kids. You are in a unique position to help your children navigate through the disappointments and the frustrations and the problems of life. And being present, not just physically, but also emotionally, communicates to them that you value them. Another way to invest in your kids' lives is to diligently discipline. Now, you need good relationships with your kids in order for them to value and receive the correction that you give them. That means that they need to know that you love them and you have their best interests at heart. But discipline also leads to good relationships. What a lot of parents do is they neglect to address behavior issues and set firm but loving boundaries with their kids when they're little. And they end up enforcing a bunch of rules when their kids become preteens and teenagers. And ultimately, their kids end up bucking against this. Ideally, what you want to do when your kids are older is guide them and course correct. At this stage, you're pointing them back to the boundaries that you have already set. And you're trusting that these will lead them to make good decisions. In fact, you set the foundation for a close and enjoyable relationship with your preteen and teenager by disciplining them when they're younger. So that means doing the hard work when they're small, consistently addressing disrespect and disobedience, issuing consequences for their actions, making sure that you stay on top of behavior concerns so they don't pile up and get out of control. But ultimately, we have to go beyond just behavior modification. We have to address the underlying issues and speak to their hearts. Discipline is way more about guidance than it is about punishment. So ultimately, we want to teach our kids what they've done wrong and inspire a genuine desire to do what's right the next time. If you would like to learn more about specific discipline methods, I talk about this in my parenting course, which you'll find a link to in the description down below. Lastly is connect with your child's heart. Relationships involve so much more than just spending quality time together. It involves connecting with a child's heart. So often we get focused on all of the tasks and responsibilities that we have as moms, and we kind of have these blinders on. We see what's right in front of us, what has to be accomplished right then and there, and we tend to forget that it's that our kids they need us to invest in them. They need us to connect with them on a heart level. So it's vital that we seek ways to connect emotionally, even in the midst of taking care of family business. Be intentional about asking your child what their struggles are, their desires, their hopes, their longings. Ask or find out by observing the best you can what the top 3 stressors are in each of your kids' lives. Be intentional about asking each of your kids what their hopes, desires, and longings are. Ask or try to find out by observing what the top 3 stressors are in their lives. Then think about how you can bring joy into your child's life or help ease the burden that he or she is facing. And although advice and problem solving might help a kid who's overwhelmed with excitement about a new opportunity or discouraged by a disappointing event, it's most important right then to empathize with your child's feelings. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you were encouraged, and remember, you are not just a mom.